Pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 4 and we've got what should be a great one here between the Detroit Lions and the Salt Lake City Flyers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Salt Lake City ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 113 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing 1 interception, didn't have a touchdown to offset it, but the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brown toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brown. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Off play action, Brown. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 19. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
York able to send this one through.
And that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the last drive, the 1st drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the defense. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Brown. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Looking to throw. Brown. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one moving forward as we wrap up the first month of NFL football. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Brown from the gun on 3rd down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Brown being chased out left. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Here's Brown to throw on 2nd down.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Salt Lake City with the football here to begin quarter 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Brown. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Back to throw. Brown. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Taking it right down Broadway. Past the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching him.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle.
After try forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Knight. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row.
They'll start with the option. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, there's still a little bit of disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st down, Boyd. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain an 11-point spread.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing on 1st down. Knight. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Knight. Oh, now the ball comes loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Dancing to his left. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting. And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Knight. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. To throw on 3rd down. Knight. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, and he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Holding, offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shifts by him, and he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
But now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime.
Throwing to start the drive. Knight. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be well short of a 1st down as he stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's A.J. Coldell as he's on to punt for Detroit. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Brown throwing to start the drive. Over the middle, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Brown. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. A lot to get to here this final day of September, so let's get started. We start in the AFC West with Las Vegas heading to their former home in L.A. to take on the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. And it is the Chargers who have the lead in that one. The Chargers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Lamar Jackson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. The Chiefs trying to hold on and claim victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this lead at halftime. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for our home team, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Brown now from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Boyd. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
Now Brown on 1st down.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brown. And he rifles one incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Brown. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
3 yards remain for second down. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. From the gun on third down. Brown firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Off the play fake, Brown. And he fires one incomplete. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. Looking to throw, Brown. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll set up a throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Brown. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Brown from the gun on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Flyers take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Another shot now for this Lions offense.
They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Pass the 20 for a short gain, 2nd down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left.
They need to block in the back. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On 2nd down now. It's Boyd. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Here's A.J. Cole now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it at the 42. Dances by him. Jukes by again.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th.
Brown throwing after the interception.
The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The Lions on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Fielded at about the 28. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge...
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
On first down, Knight. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
This one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover